Maurizio Pochettino was an interesting man. He led Tottenham from, I believe it was 2014 to 2019, and actually had done some fantastic things with that club. I believe they were second several times in his reign. They came up second in the 2018 final of the Champions League against Liverpool. He was an interesting man. Dismissed in 2019 after finding the club 14th in the table at the time, and Daniel Levy just having enough. But how would this same tactic work with the likes of Man City, Bournemouth, and Leeds? Let's take a look. Now, this is a tactic that apparently was created by a Chinese player who was recreated Pochettino's tactic for Tottenham by watching TV and a couple of other places online. So I can't guarantee that this is exactly what Pochettino was using or what. That's not the type of FM player that I am. However, so this is a tactic that I downloaded from the Steam Workshop called Pochettino Hotspur 3421 version 23.2.0. So go take a look. The link will be in the description below. But this is the tactic itself. So you have a sweeper keeper in support. You have wide center backs, both on the right and left in support. You have a libero center back in support. You have two wing backs, both on attack. You have two DMs, both support. And then you have you have two attacking midfielders. And then an advanced forward in attack. As we go into possession, fairly wide attacking with approach plays, pass into space, and play out of defense. Shorter passing directness. Tempo is much higher. Low crosses, work the ball in the box, run at defense. In transition, we have just counter and roll it out. And then out of possession, you have a high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and trigger press much more often. Now, results. As you can see, Man City is the only team it really worked on. I can't tell you that it's only because they are a top team and Leeds and Bournemouth are not, so it's not going to work on bottom half teams. But Leeds dropping from 10th to 14th. Bournemouth do climb out of that relegation zone by 8 points. But still, lying in 17th will not bring them a whole lot of extra money so they can kind of build up from there. But again, no relegation, so that's a positive. But league table, you can see Man City, 29 wins, 2 draws, 7 losses. That is a fair amount of losses for Man City. 89 points, not too bad. Kind of average for them. Leeds, 11, 11, and 16 with 44 points. And Bournemouth, not too far below with 9, 11, and 18 with 38 points. Again, 8 points clear of relegation. So they've been clear for just a couple of matches, but still not a great outcome for them. Schedule-wise, a sea of green, as you can see, for Man City. 1 draw against Manchester United. Bournemouth, 2-1 win at home. Liverpool, 2-0 win. The first loss comes to Leicester, 3-4 away from home. RB Leipzig in the Champions Group B. The next loss, Leeds, 5-1 away from home. A fantastic result for Leeds, not so much for Man City. 0-2 away from home at West Ham. Champions League round of 16, 0-1 against Real Madrid. They do draw against Real Madrid 2-all away from home, but that does knock them out completely. And then they finished 3 losses in a row. Newcastle, Liverpool, and Manchester United finishing the season with Bournemouth 4-0 thrashing, I will say. And then winning out in the FA Cup against Liverpool 6-3. So another thrashing over Liverpool there. Leeds, on the other hand, starting off on a completely horrific foot. Bournemouth 3-1 loss at home. And then just a sea of red until their 4-0 win over Brighton. Another loss, another win against Chelsea of all teams. And then for some reason, Chelsea seems to be dropping a lot in this game in a lot of the saves that I have so far. It's very interesting to see. Wolves a 2-0 win, several 1-all draws right in a row, and apparently winning the Friendly Cup final, but right back to the Premier League, a not so great time. Just a mixed bag all the way through Southampton's win, a 1-0, and then Brentford in March and through April, a single win could not be recorded. However, finishing up strong against the likes of Arsenal 2-1, Newcastle 3-2, and West Ham 1-0. But unfortunately losing the last match of the season against Fulham 1-2. As we go back, 5-1 win over Man City, we saw that. 1-6 loss away from home. So Man City's like, screw this. We're going to get them on the reverse trip. Bournemouth, a win 3-1. Overall, not great. And if we go to Bournemouth's schedule, a lot more spotty in the beginning stages. So they just did not finish the season strong at all. 2 wins in their last 4 months. Not the greatest end you want to see. Competitions, just to get these out of the way. FA Cup knocked out in the 4th round by Man City. Carabao Cup knocked out in the quarterfinals by Fulham. So they did make it to the quarters, which is not bad. Leeds, Friendly Cup winners. FA Cup knocked out in the 3rd round by Sheffield United, not great. Knocked out in the 2nd round by Leicester City, not great. And then Man City, as we've seen. Premier League winners with 89 points, only 2 points above Liverpool, 8 points above Arsenal, and then Leicester just dropped all the way down. But knocked out in the round of 16 by Real Madrid, definitely a bad result there. Winners of the FA Cup, winners of the Carabao Cup, winners of the Community Shield. So again, another 4 trophies. However, that Champions League round of 16 knockout by Real Madrid, granted, a very tough team to beat, no matter who you are. But still, that one hurts for them. So, 4 trophies, great. That Champions League is still eluding Man City for the longest time. Quickly with the team overview, Man City with 106 goals, fewest shots against Man City. Man City with most possession in 55, 4th place. No one for dribbles. Man City, the only team with fewest conceded, with 38 matches, 37 allowed. Most shutouts, Man City in 4th. Bournemouth and Leeds. So this is interesting, where Bournemouth and Leeds are right at the top almost, 878 and 863 tackles won. But everywhere else, Man City's kind of mid-table, except for fewest shots and most goals. Most points per game, Man City, 2.34. Most shots, there you go, Man City, 824 and 466. It is interesting to see that Man City is more average in this tactic than almost every other tactic that we've tried, minus 1 or 2. So I'm not sure that this is the greatest tactic to use with any of these 3 teams. You probably definitely want to get in there and tweak it to your own team and your own style as best as you can. There are definitely other tactics out there that probably work better. 54 goals, however, for Erling Haaland. Bamford with 23. Most assists, Sergio Gomez, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. 14, 14, and 19. There you go. That's one of the highest we've seen. Most Player of the Match awards, 12. Only 12 for Erling Haaland, but an 8.0 average rating. Fewest conceded, Ederson with 36. How many shutouts? He had 14 shutouts, so not great for the defensive side. You could say most shutouts. There you go, 14. Tackles 1, Brandon Aronson. That's about it. So most key passes, Sergio Gomez, De Bruyne, and Christie's in there. And most shots, Erling Haaland with 227 shots. Holy cow. That is a lot of shots. 105 for Bamford and 84 for De Bruyne, so he's picking it up too. And if we go to the individuals, Man City, 95 whopping goals for Haaland. That is probably the highest I've seen so far. Erling Haaland with 8.18. Sergio Gomez with 26 assists across the board for all the competitions. Ederson, great passing completion rate. 23 Player of the Match awards for Erling Haaland. This kid is a freaking human cheat code. It's insane. If we go to Leeds, Patrick Bamford with 24 goals, not too bad. Brendan Aronson with 7.25 average rating, 10 assists also for him. 4 Player of the Match awards for Aronson and Bamford. And then finishing out with Bournemouth, I'm afraid to see what this is going to be. 14 goals for Solanke, 720 for Ryan Christie. So they did have a player in the 7s, which is fantastic to see. Sometimes they have not, and it's been a little bit depressing. Ryan Christie with 9 assists, not many, but also Ryan Christie with 6 Player of the Match awards. Overall, not too bad. I guess kind of average for Bournemouth themselves. But that is the Pochettino tactic, the 3-4-2-1 Pochettino Hotspur tactic version 23.2 that I found on Steam. So, with that said, there are definitely better tactics out there that you can take a look at. So anyway, I am Sapien FM for the Football Manager blog channel saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.